Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Risa. Today I wanted to share with you a few things that I purchased on my recent trip to Claremont, Florida. I went with my fiance. One of the places that we stopped at was this quilt store called Black Dog Quilt Shop or Quilt Store. I just love visiting quilt stores whenever I'm in a new area or just going somewhere for a bit of a change, just because it's so fun to see how different stores have their things set up and what different stores offer. And also too, there's not many quilt stores in my area or around where I live, so it's really nice to go and visit new places and see what new fabric is there, what's available, what sales they have. Oh, that's my favorite part. I love a good sale. There was also a market or a craft market going on Sunday morning, I think it was. And so I did purchase a few things. One of those things being these super cute earrings. They are little pink potion bottles and they have this cute little butterfly charm and I think a little star charm too. Oh, I just absolutely love them. I love going to a good market and seeing what so many creative people have crafted and made, and oh, I just love it. So I got these, and then I also got them in green too, which is my fiance's favorite color. I think that the lady who was selling them said that it was like buy two, get them for 20 or something like that. So I picked out the pink ones, and then I asked my fiance, like, help me pick out another pair. So he just picked the exact same ones, but in green. I just want to go through some of the things and show you what I purchased at the quilt store, and then some of the things that I also purchased while at this farmer's market. Normally, I try not to pick fabric that's like right off the bowl and get like the yard cuts and everything, mostly because I like to have fabric that I know what I'm going to be doing with it, or like getting a kit or getting something that I know I'm going to have like a specific pattern to use it for. And I'm also a huge sucker for Halloween fabric. My birthday month is October, so Halloween is really close and near and dear to my heart. So I love getting like all different kinds of Halloween fabric. Bonus points if it's in pink. My fiance and I got back home. We actually had to stop at my parents' house and pick up our cats. And so I did drop off some of the yard cuts that I got that were Halloween themed, because I do have a whole like Halloween themed fabric bin that I keep at my mom's house. She's fine with it. It's just a little storage space. I do keep some of my things still at my mom's house, just a little bit of a storage space, especially because too it's fabric, and so she has a little fabric area where I can keep some stuff there. So I do have two different fabrics that were 1 yard cuts that I left with her, but the one that I still have is this Christmas themed one. Unfold it for you so you can see a little bit of it. Oh, it is just so cute. So this one is a little dog in like little snow globe looking area, and then you have Santa over here in like a little winter town, and then there is a repeat on the back over here, you can see, but in the middle here is a little snowman and then a little reindeer. I just think it's so cute. And when I initially got it cut, the worker there at the quilt store thought it was a panel until the owner was like, well, no, it's not necessarily a panel. I mean, fabric repeats. It's not, everything's not a panel, even if it has like a print on it. So I just think it'd be really, really fun to kind of fussy cut them out, kind of use it like as if it were a panel, and then do some kind of fun border pattern with each of the pieces. So very fun, very cozy, like darker holiday fabric. So I'm always a sucker for the holiday fabric, specifically Halloween and Christmas fabric. So this will be super fun to play with. I'm already like so excited to go digging in the Christmas fabric and pulling some pieces out and getting something together for this. I think that fabric was actually on sale, and I don't remember if it was a full yard, just because that was the last piece that was on the bolt. So I just took the rest of the bolt. One of the other things that really, really caught my eye at the quilt store was they had this whole display of these bundle fabrics. And if you purchased one of the bundles, you also got a free pattern to go with it. And so there were a few that did catch my eye, although I did end up going with this pack bundle. A lot of fun pinks, and then there's this really cute floral one that really brings all the pinks together, and there's this green fabric. Oh, and there's cute little bumblebees right there too on this fabric. But yeah, as you can see, Black Dog Quilt Shop and their whole motif is a black dog on top of the quilt block pattern. A 6-pack bundle, six generous half yard cuts, and then a free pattern of your choice. So she had a plethora, or like a few different free quilts pattern options that you could choose from. And she did have a few of the samples hung up as well. So there were a few of the samples that I was like, I just want the whole thing. I love the different shades of pink, and then the green, and then this darker fabric that kind of has all of the colors to like really tie it together. And so some of the quilt patterns were like a little bit on the simpler side in my opinion. I ended up going with this quilt pattern that is called Gumdrops, and the finished size is 50 by 51 inches. To me, it kind of looks like the courthouse step block pattern, but you do have some solid pieces in between. This is essentially what it all looks like. So you have these pieces with like squares and strips and rectangles and everything, and so you just put it all together like this. And I guess because it was like pink sampling or like pink blocks here and then the pink fabric, I just had to go with it. I still don't know how I want to put it all together, or like what colors I want to put where, but I'm sure once I actually start reading the pattern and actually delving into the project itself, I'll figure it out as I go along. As I was walking around the whole quilt store, there was a bunch of new fabric that like I had never seen before. This line of fabric that really caught my eye, and I really wanted like a little piece of everything. And so I was so happy when I found this bundle. I'm pretty sure these are all just like fat quarters, and they're all in this like really fun purple. And I just love all of the patterns. So here's like a cloud with some flowers. There's some raindrops on this one here. Unbeknownst to me, when I picked up and purchased this fat quarter bundle, that it was actually part of like a whole event. There's like a whole mystery block that went with it as well. I think if the pattern itself finishes where it can be like either a wall hanging or like a table runner. I did purchase the mystery quilt block pattern, and so I will be working on that and using these colors to make that fun tabletop. So I do love getting fabric and like immediately having a project to use it for, or at least like knowing what I want to use it for, because then I feel like it's not just going to go into a box or in a bin and then just sit in my closet. I'll actually know what I want to do with it, and I can either immediately start working on that project, or I can set it aside for a little bit of time, but it's not going to be a super long time. I'm super excited to get started on this project and getting a little, either a table runner, or I might even just use it as a wall hanging, because we still need some artwork or some stuff to hang up in the apartment. So I just think it'd be fun, quilt in a day kind of project. The very last thing that I ended up purchasing at the Black Dog Quilt Shop was this super cute charm pack. It's called Correspondence by Beverly McCullough. I think I'm saying her name right. It's a Riley Blake design. I really do like this fabric. It is just nice, soft pastel colors, and there's a bunch of florals. I think it's also super cute that some of the fabric itself also has like little envelopes that are opening, and there's like flowers popping out of them. Show you the back where you can see all of the fabric samples. Yes, I do still have it in the packaging, but I did take it out the other day to kind of like flip through them and everything. I did do a quick search online to see if there are any patterns for charm packs. Yes, this was like the only purchase that I made that I was like, I want to get this, and I don't exactly have a pattern in mind. I do now because I did some Googling. I just think all the fun florals is so like spring and summery. We're in the middle of that transition from spring into summer. So in Florida, it's getting to be about like 80 to 90 degrees like every day. It is so stupid hot pretty much. But I just love all of the pinks and the light blues and the light greens. I think it's a gorgeous colorway. I think in the pattern, it did say that there were some there were some squares that I would remove from the final project. And so I think there are some in here that I probably won't use when making my project, just because the background will be white. And so there is a square or two that does already have like a white background. Otherwise, I'm super excited. I cannot wait to get started on this project. So that is actually everything that I purchased at the quilt store. Next, I wanted to move on to some of the things that I purchased at the farmer's market that we went to the next day. So one of those things I already mentioned, I purchased these potion bottle pink earrings. And then the next pair were the green potion bottle earrings. So you can see here, it's the green, and then it has this cute little butterfly charm and then a cute little star charm. And I think that's their brand, or that's their motif right there. It's a little cow. It's so freaking cute. By the Fluffy Calf Studios. So their whole motif is like a cute little cow or calf. Is that what it's called? Fluffy calf. From the same people, I did also purchase a few stickers, just two. One of them is a D20 and it says crit happens. So if you play D&D, you'll get the reference. And then I also got this super cute little gummy bear, a little shiny, and it says, hey cutie. So stinking cute. I don't know what I'm gonna do with these stickers just yet, but I will definitely be adding them to my collection and using them in some sort of journal or scrapbooking project. And so then, of course, with every purchase, there was a free bookmark or sticker that you got. So I picked out the bookmark, and it is so stinking cute. It's their cow mascot motif on a cute little fields background, and then on the back it says the Fluffy Calf Studios. So if you want to check them out, I think they have an Instagram. Any of the farmers market stalls that I purchased from, if they have Instagrams, I will link them in the bio below. So the last stall that we purchased stuff from, which is ironically the first one that we stopped at, it's called Mushroom and Me. And so it's actually like a little tiny bookstore on wheels. Oh my gosh, they have like the cutest book related and book themed stuff. A lot of stickers, a lot of Kindle accessories, a lot of different kind of bookmarks. I do follow them on Instagram and I have seen them and purchased from them before. So it's always fun to go back and revisit them and just to kind of see how their inventory has like expanded or the different kinds of things that they are now selling. And so one of the things that I purchased were these cute little cat earrings, and their cute little cats are sleeping on top of the cute little books. So I got those studs. I love little cat themed everything, but especially earrings. Another thing that I purchased, I love book trackers and I love like anything that I can put in a book journal. And so she had a bunch of these new like book trackers, or this one that I purchased, it's called May Book Bingo. So it comes with all these different slots or all these different areas where you can kind of look and see a kind of like trope that goes with the book. And once you finish reading that book, you can then stamp one of the spots and then you can work towards getting a bingo. I already love reading, but having this like other element added to the whole like reading process or the whole idea of reading just makes it that much more fun. And I feel like too, it also almost makes it easier picking the next book, knowing that like, okay, let me pick a book from a trilogy that I want to read, or a play, a standalone, you know, one that takes place in another world, or one that was published in May. Like, I just feel like adding another element like that just makes it so much more fun, so much more enjoyable. And because there's multiple of the same sheets, I can even give this to another friend who likes to read, or I have a few coworkers who also likes to read, and so I can give a few of these out and we can all see who gets bingo first, or by the end of the month gets bingo. And I might even just put them in like a scrapbook or put them in my next book journal, just as something fun to have there. But yeah, I saw this and I was like, oh, I have to have it. It's so cute. I'm also a lover of t-shirts, especially graphic t-shirts that are so fun. And so on the bookstore on wheels, they also had a variety of different t-shirts. And so I did have my fiance help me pick one out because there were a few that I really liked. And so he helped me decide on this one. It is a Beauty and the Beast themed t-shirt. It is Tale as Old as Time, Belle's Bookshop, books, candles, tea, flowers. It has like the roses, it has all the books and the tea. I got a medium. I don't think she had any smalls, or I do like a larger size t-shirt, one that I just feel like is a lot comfier than getting one that's like too small. So that's why I got a medium. Like I said, I just love a graphic tee. I think it's really good quality. It's really soft. I also have a Beauty and the Beast purse. So when I do decide to wear this out, I could probably match it up with my Beauty and the Beast purse. It's like one of those like crossbody bags. So all matchy-matchy with my t-shirt. The last thing that I purchased from this whole trip and from the bookstore on wheels was this book tracker. Oh my gosh. I saw this and knew that I immediately had to get it. What is so fun about this is that they're carved wood pieces, and each of these little shelves actually act like shelves, kind of. It comes with these different little pieces that you could actually decorate your little bookshelf with. So this clock I can take out, I can move, I can put on a different shelf. I went and put all these other little pieces here. And it comes with a little thing already in the back, so it keeps all the different numbers here. So that way it can kind of help you keep track and keep an actual visual of how many books that you've read so far this year. Now I know it's May, and I probably definitely should have read more than 5 books so far this year, especially considering one year I read almost 100 books. In the grand scheme of things, that might not seem like a lot to some readers. To other readers, it might just be totally out there. I think, you know, everybody reads at their own pace, and, you know, anybody can read however many books they want to. I mean, I could keep this even not as read this year, but just read overall in my life, which will be a lot. But I just think it's fun to kind of keep, and it's like a little visual, and it's like a bookshelf for my bookshelf. I still think it's just so fun that I can take all of these little pieces and move them around. And it was also so cute. She did have like a summer themed package of these different decorations that you could also put in as well. I personally think I would rather have like an autumn or a fall themed, and then like a Christmas theme, just for like those holidays. That's the current number of books that I have read this year, and now that I have this visual, I definitely will like want to keep reading, just so I can come back to this bookshelf and like change all the numbers out every time. So anything that like motivates a reader, you know what I'm saying? So the book bingo, the book tracker, you gotta love it. Anyways, that's everything that I purchased from this weekend vacation, this weekend trip that my fiance and I took, and I had a lot of fun. We were visiting family that we haven't seen in a little while. I also just love going to different areas and exploring and seeing what kind of little shops they have. I love everything that I purchased, and I know where everything is gonna go in my house, or apartment, I should say. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching me go through some of the things, and maybe inspired you to check out a farmer's market in your area and see what some of the local crafters and some of the local people have to offer. So thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.